Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Codefresh Chronicles series. This time, we'll explore the different features Codefresh provides to support your progressive delivery operations. Let's start with a quick recap. Generally speaking, progressive delivery is a strategy that allows you to incrementally deploy a new version of your application without exposing all your users to those new changes. It does this by incorporating controls and tests that will determine if that new software version is safe to deploy and expose to its user base. The end goal is to mitigate risk as much as possible, giving the organization confidence in the deployment process. All of that sounds good, but progressive delivery is a concept. Let's see now how it can be implemented and materialized in Codefresh. More specifically, let's see first what a release that involved a progressive deployment looks like in our platform. For that, I could use the application dashboard to navigate to the application I'm looking for, or in a similar way, I could use the environment dashboard to access the relevant application. This time, I'll use our global search functionality because I know the name of the application, Trio App Dev. Once in the application context, I can go to the timeline view, which is a visualization only available in Codefresh. It is important to mention that you won't find this representation in the open source Argo CD UI. Here, each record represents a release that Argo CD has performed for this application. So, if I select this release, I can easily determine that this application is progressively deploying its changes via Argo rollouts. More specifically, it is using a canary strategy. Since this is not a simple deployment but a rollout, when I click on the name of the rollout, the platform will show me the rollout player. This section here provides a representation of the rollout and the different steps it is composed of. There are different types of steps you can add to a canary release, but the most important ones are the steps that control the traffic percentage. This will control how much traffic goes to the canary or stable version of this rollout. The whole point of implementing progressive delivery in your applications is to have more control over the new changes applied. This gives you the opportunity to test a new version before it's fully available for the majority of the traffic. The way to perform those tests and controls in a rollout is with analysis templates. Analysis templates are a Kubernetes custom resource that defines how to run an automated progressive delivery analysis or test. It allows you to validate whether a new version of an application is behaving correctly before fully deploying it. There are several types of analysis you can perform, giving you flexibility on the tools you want to use to extract the metrics from. You can integrate with tools such as Prometheus, Datadog, New Relic, and other popular monitoring platforms. But also, you have other generic options such as the possibility to execute an HTTP request or run a Kubernetes job. A running instance of an analysis template is called an analysis run. In this example, my rollout has a single analysis step, and this step consists of two metrics: conditional tests, which, just for demonstration purposes, is a simple Kubernetes job running a bash script, and also we're querying Datadog to get a specific metric. Ideally, in your case, you'll have metrics here that will test and monitor the canary version of your application. That way, you'll make sure this new version won't have issues once it starts getting all the traffic and becomes the new stable version. These numbers here represent how many times these tests or metrics were executed. If we click one of the analysis runs here, we can get further details. So, for this Datadog related metric, we see the summary of the results. This metric specifically was configured to be executed 4 times. Based on those results, the system will determine if the test passes or fails. You can review all the configuration in the general information section here, as well as the query that was executed as part of this test. In this case, the Datadog query. Since the tests were successful, the deployment continued with the rest of the steps, finally routing all the traffic to the new version, which at this point is now the stable version. So far, I have shown you an already executed deployment, but of course, Codefresh allows you to monitor all this information in real time. Also, we have only seen what a successful canary deployment looks like, but what if precisely one of the metrics or tasks in a rollout fails? In that case, your release will be automatically rolled back to the stable version of the rollout. This is an automated process and you don't have to configure anything extra to incorporate it into your applications. In the end, this is one of the main goals of progressive delivery, mitigating risk and reverting unsuccessful changes as soon as possible. Now, let's see in action what a failed progressive delivery looks like in real time. I'll simulate deploying a new version of my application and I'll commit those changes. Then, once Argo CD picks up the new revision to Sync 2, a new release record is created. Here, I can see in real time how the number of replicas is changing for the canary and the current stable version. Once again, if I click the rollout name, I'll get the rollout player. In this case, I can see the data.doc metric fail. Thus, the rollout was unsuccessful and that immediately triggered a process to revert the rollout to the stable version. When that happens, Argo CD will mark the application with a degraded health status, but in sync. This happens because the rollout is effectively synchronized, according to the desired state in Git, but of course, it failed. Thus, the rollout object is in a degraded state, and that state ends up affecting the general health status of the Argo CD application. But at least we can feel safe our users are not exposed to a faulty new version. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. For more information, please do not hesitate to review our documentation or reach out to us. Thank you.